Baldur's Gate 3 is sure taking its time to release. I mean, it's already been over a year since the game is in early access. However, I still feel like some important features are missing, and that's exactly what I will cover in this video. And if you have a feature that didn't make it into this list, make sure to let everyone know it in the comments down below. But before we begin the video, I want to thank you guys so much for 2k subscribers. It's just insane. And well, here's my face reveal to celebrate, I guess. And with that out of the way, let's begin the video. Okay, so the first features on the list are the missing actions, and those are the ready and the dodge action. The ready action lets you hold an action until a certain condition is met. Since this is quite hard to implement in a video game, let's take a good example, Solasta Crown of the Magister, another game based on D&D 5e. This game lets you hold an action until someone is within your reach to strike. And this is especially handy for melee based characters when you know for certain another enemy will come towards you. And Solasta also has the dodge action, and this is quite easy to implement, I think. You use your action to avoid incoming attacks until the start of your next turn, giving any attack rolls made against you disadvantage, and you can make dexterity saving throws with advantage. So let's say you're a ranged character and you don't want to use your action to dash, but you also can't quite reach the enemies with your spells. So you can take the dodge action to be extra safe until your next turn. Or you know, when you have low HP and you need to wait until Shadowheart can heal you. The second feature on this list is a feature exclusively for early access, and that is to give players the option to start at a higher level or somewhere else on the map. Every time you want to test a new class, subclass or something entirely new in the game, you have to start all over again from the very beginning. And I can imagine those with a lot of hours getting really tired of the intro. Like me. And of course we don't need this option in the full game, but it will be nice to have this thing to use for playtesting since, well, the early access is here to playtest the game. So let's say you start at level 3 or 4 and start in the Underdark. Or start at the new Grimforge area to start exploring the new content there. Then you won't have to do all the stuff you already did in the beginning again. And I don't know if it's just me, but let me know in the comments down below if you wish to see this feature as well. The next feature I want to see is one specifically for Warlocks, and that is to have more flavor around your patron. Clerics can already choose which deity they serve, as well as to have unique dialogue options depending on which deity they pick during character creation. But currently, Warlocks don't have any interactions with their patron. And we know the character companion Will, who is also a Warlock, has special interaction with his patron, but I won't go to any details to prevent story spoilers. But it will be nice to choose a type of patron, or like a pre-made one based on the subclass you pick at level 1. Just do something with patrons, Larian, it's one of the coolest roleplay factors for a Warlock. So for this feature, and it's been a heavily requested one, and that is for level 5 to be playable in early access. This is such a huge level and it's where combat gets really interesting. Spellcasters get level 3 spells like Fireball, and melee classes like the Fighter and Ranger gets an extra attack. And it will be nice to playtest these spells and power level, and I think it will be really beneficial in the Underdark and the new Grimforce area. Of course it's still very doable at level 4, but level 5 is such a fun level to play and it's where classes really shine and get interesting. Just imagine a Fiend Warlock. Besides having Fireball, they can Eldritch Blast twice in a turn, and imagine shoving 2 enemies off of cliffs at the same time. That will be simply amazing. And another feature I will love for the full release of the game is really simple but a really important one. And that is more character creation options. Thanks to mods, we already have a bunch of new character creation options we can choose from, which is wonderful, but Baldur's Gate 3 really needs more on its own. We need more body types, faces, hairstyles, and especially for males since they don't have a lot of good looking options in my opinion. I think the female customization is currently way better, but this could and should change in the main game. Every race should receive a bunch of new options so everyone can create a character from their dreams. And next up on this list may sound weird and isn't something I thought I would say easily, but I only want one more big patch for early access. And if you ask why, it's because Van Vinke, the director and founder of Larian Studios, says a lot of effort goes into releasing a new patch. They have to remove quite a lot from the game file so that data miners can't access that content. Which didn't go all too well since Choplot managed to find a way somehow. But Larian is getting better, and even Choplot said he couldn't find much new content in patch 6. But besides this, they also have to do like the Panel from Hell live streams, release a ton of new features with a patch, And while I certainly do love all this new content, it also takes more time for the full game to release, Fan says. But I think we've had a lot of great content in the patches. We've got the Druid and Sorcerer class, visual updates, new playable content and a lot of interesting changes like the new weapon skills for martial classes. And although I'm very thankful for this, I've seen quite enough of Act 1 now in early access and I don't want the game to take forever. I think the game is already really good with how the game is now and I want to explore all the new content in the full game. Like, we still got the Paladin, Monk, Barbarian and the Bard left for the new classes. But I think it's smart to keep these classes for the full release, so that we gain 4 new classes at the same time. Because if we playtest all the classes already, which is of course not a bad idea, but then the full release won't add any new classes and I would love for the full release to come with a bunch of new content. And even some subclasses like the Assassin for Rogue, Champion for Fighters and the Archfey for the Warlocks are also missing. So I would love to see these in a full release as well. And in all honesty, that's all I would love to see. And of course I want Baldur's Gate 3 to be as good as it can be, but it's already a really good game and I would love for it to come out in 2022 as well, and not take another year. But for that, we just have to wait and see what happens. But do you have a feature you would love to see in early access or the full game? Let us know in the comments down below. And thank you all so much again for 2k subscribers. And if you still haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so if you want to see more Baldur's Gate 3 videos. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I will see you guys next time.